Radical Radio Collective.
4ZZZ. Welcome to 4ZZZ. You're on Eco Radio 102.1 FM. My name is Dave. My pronouns are he, him.
My name is Zack. My pronouns are he, they.
And we are taking over your middle of the day, middle of the week, middle of the month airwaves. I want to start off by acknowledging and paying my respects to the custodians on the country in which we broadcast. We're located in the city Mianjin, on Turrbal, Yagara and Yukaba land. I also want to acknowledge and pay my respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening in today. Our radio waves reach Cubby Cubby and Yinambara country in the north, Waka Waka country in the west. In the east, we pay our respects to the Quandamooka people, and down south, we reach the Commonwealth, Nigaragwal, Manjali, Wanjerabara, and Yugambeh, and Bunjalung countries. Thank you to No Idea for all the great ideas. I always love some crossover between our shows, so thanks for putting in those stings. That's great.
I also like it whenever I get to hear Izzy's mistake again of saying orgasm rather than organism.
Yeah, that's always good to bring up.
Yes.
Today on the show, we're not talking about orgasms or organisms. We're going to be talking to Mary Thatcher and Ryan Schafer from the Brisbane Tool Library.
Whoa.
Hello.
We're going to be talking about reusing, reducing consumption. If any of our listeners have any questions about the Brisbane Tool Library, please text us in on 0420 626 733. I'm sure Mary and Ryan will be happy to field any questions that a listener might have about what the Tool Library has for them, or how they can get involved, or upcoming workshops, things like that. There's so much to talk about. But in the studio right now, I have Mary Thatcher and Ryan Schafer from the Brisbane Tool Library. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in to the studio and spending the whole episode with us.
You are most welcome.
It's all good. Thanks. It's good to be here.
So can you tell us what the Brisbane Tool Library is?
Well, we are a library, but instead of books, we have tools and things. So instead of going out and buying a tool or something that you would use maybe once a year and having it sit in your house, taking up space the rest of the time, you can borrow it and then bring it back, and then somebody else can use it.
Yeah, so this is like power tools, hand tools. What other things do you guys have?
Yeah, we have all sorts of things. So as part of our gardening equipment, probably our most popular item is a lawnmower. Mm-hmm. But we also have things like sewing machines, tents, food dehydrators.
Yeah, I think the things like the camping gear is very popular, and you don't normally associate it with tools, but that's all of our camping gear is very popular and something good to borrow because of the space it takes up.
Yeah, we've just had Woodford Folk Festival up there, and yeah, people might only need a tent for that festival.
Yeah, festivals are a good one because you often see the pictures of the mess after festivals. Everybody just leave their stuff strewn everywhere. Those kind of items that you really want to have for the festival but don't really want to keep at home or anything. That's a great use case for the hiring or borrowing.
So how do people borrow from the Brisbane Tool Library? How does that work?
So we operate on a membership system. So either 3 months or 12-month memberships effectively, and with the membership you can borrow as many tools as you want. There's a bit of a limit on how many at a time, but throughout the year as many borrow or loans as you'd like.
Yeah, so it really is that library model.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did the Brisbane Tool Library start?
Oh, that's a good question. So I believe it started with Sabrina, who was our founder. She studied circular economy as like her PhD, and so back in 2017 it started out of like a share house, I believe. So I came on board as a borrower a few years after it had been established, and then just it got roped in by the enthusiasm of the other volleys, and it's been a big part of my life ever since.
So what do you do as a volunteer at the Brisbane Tool Library? Are you doing a lot of tool maintenance? Is it acquiring, finding tools?
So there's lots of different volunteer roles that we have. You can be a loans desk operator, so that's when somebody comes in to borrow a tool, we have to prepare all the tools through like the reservation system, and then when they come in, we check them out to them. But there's also, as you say, maintaining the tools, so that might be chainsaw sharpening or what's another one, Ryan?
Just fixing up things, cleaning things, opening things up, and replacing parts if necessary. We try and recycle a lot of some of the tools are not serviceable anymore, but we'll take the parts from them and reuse them for other tools. That kind of thing happens in maintenance.
Yeah. So how does the Brisbane Tool Library obtain its tools? I understand that you don't buy any.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a tip run that we do. So Brisbane City Council workers will put aside any tools that come in at the resource recovery centres. So we have these purple bins there as part of the recycling section. And then about once a month, one of the volunteers will go around and collect everything and get a receipt, so we know the tonnage that we're saving from landfill. But we also get a lot of donations as well from people who are maybe downsizing or for whatever reason don't need their tool anymore, or they want it to have another life.
Yeah. So what is the tonnage that you've saved from landfill?
That's a very good question, and I don't have that statistic prepared. I often do the tip run, so I know that it's something like 50 kilos roughly a month.
Okay.
Since 2017, that's a good number that I should figure it out.
And how many tools do you have in your inventory? I've been looking through the list, and it's quite a lot.
Yeah, we have over 1,400 tools. So, unfortunately, we were flooded back in 2022 when we were at the edge, and that reduced a lot of our inventory. Like, we recovered as much as we could from that, but obviously water and electricity don't go well together. So we've been rebuilding since then, and yeah, we're at over 1,400 at the moment.
Yeah, so you guys have been at the Edge. You were at West End before that. You've been at Metro Arts.
Yep, that's right.
Where are you now?
We're across the car park from Eat Street Market, so at North Shore. So you can catch the ferry to North Shore and then wander down.
Pick up your drill.
Yep. I have heard of a wheelbarrow and a ladder going on the ferry, but maybe we shouldn't advertise that too widely.
So what's the space like there at the North Shore?
Yeah, so it's just a large shed, really. It's a significantly larger space than they were in previously, which is a good thing. We have heaps of tools and hard to store them all, but it's a large shed broken up into two sections, the front being most of the accessible tools for loans, and then the back is a bit more maintenance-related area.
And you guys do workshops as well. I want to get into that, but maybe we should go to another song. You guys have given me a playlist to play. So this coming up is Edison Lighthouse with Love Grows. Why pick this song?
So this is to spruik all of our gardening tools. So we've got spades, we've got rakes, we've got leaf blowers. So many leaf blowers. Too many leaf blowers.
I think everyone has, the whole world has too many leaf blowers.
Yeah, never buy a leaf blower. There are so many out there.
Yeah. So this is all about your gardening tools.
Yep, absolutely. And love grows at the Tool Library also.
This is Edison Lighthouse with Love Grows. You're listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio.
You're listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future.
You are listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future. Thank you, small child. Like a well-oiled machine. We just heard then from Edison Lighthouse with Love Grows, and then Bournes with Electric Love. We are talking to Mary and Ryan from the Brisbane Tool Library. Why did we play Bournes, Electric Love?
We played that song because we only have electric tools in the tool library, so no combustion engines.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this was a decision you guys made to electrify all your tools?
Yep, I think it's been in place since the very beginning. So, yeah, we have corded hand tools and battery-powered.
Yeah. And another great thing I noticed when looking at your inventory is you also loan out the safety equipment to go along with all of your hand power tools.
Yeah, it's a little bit limited PPE section, but it's certainly there if people really need it and they don't have anything at home. So, yeah, we try and have some gloves, earplugs, earmuffs, and safety glasses on hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how do the hand tools work for your library system if something breaks?
Oh, that's a really good question. So we try and repair it if we can and if it's legal to. We are a little bit restricted by right to repair laws, and of course we need qualified electricians, which thankfully we do have a couple of qualified electricians as volunteers. But we also do test and tagging for every power tool that we have on our inventory. So we can, it's a safety check, so we know that you're not going to have an issue when you pick it up. It's been tested before you check it out.
What do you know about the right to repair laws?
I know a little bit. So my understanding is that sometimes IP and corporations make it harder to repair, and I have heard that from some of our maintainers. There's some brands that they struggle to get into, even if it's a simple repair otherwise. So there are some groups that lobby for improvements to those laws that make it easier to repair, and that would certainly help, I think, the planet, but also the tool library. Yeah,
I think it's a big part of the capitalist consumption model, right? Is that it's cheaper, not necessarily. It's usually cheaper to repair, but so they make things unable to be repaired, and you end up having to buy something. But you guys try and get around that as much as you can.
Yes, yeah, within the law and within our skill set. So we're always looking for more volleys so that our existing volleys don't get burnt out, but also just to get more people in and enjoy the experience of contributing to the tool library.
Yeah, one way that people can access the tool library without borrowing machines is you guys run workshops. Can you tell me about those?
Yep, so the last workshop we had was on screen printing. So we made up a couple of frames that had our tool library slogans on there. So what's one of them? There's I can't remember off the top of it. Throw a spanner in consumerism. Things like that. And that was really nice because we hadn't been able to run workshops due to space constraints before we moved into the big shed.
Right.
But it was really nice to have kind of 10 people gathered around learning how to screen print, which incidentally I just stumbled across the fabric paint on the side of the road during curbside collection. So even the materials for our workshops, we really try and do things out of scrap and things that will be accessible to people. So as part of that too, a friend of mine, his work ordered a silhouette, which is like a cricket. It's a cutting tool.
Okay.
And it came broken in the mail, and so they told, hey, it's broken, and they said, don't worry, we'll send you a new one. And then my friend fixed it, and he was like, would you like this for the tool library? So it's that kind of, it's unfortunate these systems have so much waste in them, but then we're able to share that with other people and teach them how to use it. And yeah,
speaking of sharing, one of the screen printing slogans was with a little car, and it said, get in losers, we're going sharing.
That is right.
So what are the other workshops that the Brisbane Tool Library works?
So in the past, we've had bicycle repair and we've had beeswax wraps. We haven't decided on a set schedule for this year, but I'm really looking forward to things like making canvases out of like bed linen and scrap wood. That's super accessible, and we have a canvas stretcher actually from the screen printing workshop.
Yeah, right.
And we also got donated a rickety bicycle, so it would be nice to do that up as part of a session. The other thing that we've talked about doing is doing demo days. So if you don't know how to use a power tool, we'll get Al, who's one of our maintainers. We were thinking about doing a thing where during our opening hours, we'll just have him off to the side demonstrating how to use something like a router. So something that is a cool tool if you know how to use it, but it's something that I don't know how to use.
It can be quite intimidating, the router.
Yes, but Al will make it accessible, I believe.
That's a fantastic idea. The workshops for people to learn how to use the tools. Some of the tools that can be really intimidating, even for woodworkers, like your drop saws and your miter saws, your table saws, can be really intimidating. Introduction to power tools as workshops, I think, are really important.
Yeah, and it's like one of our best tools is. Or best value for tool, I should say. I don't have favourites. But it's a jackhammer, or if you like, the Jill hammer. So you can rent that out for something like $250 a day, whereas a membership with us for a year, a regular membership, is $110. So with one borrow, you're paid for the membership. But I was renovating my bathroom a couple of years ago, and I was like... all this asbestos had been removed, but there was this concrete slab that was left in my bathroom, and I was like, cool, I'll go into the tool library. And I had a discussion with some of the volleys. At that point, I wasn't involved then with the running of it, and they were like, oh, you could get a grinder and a masonry disc and score it out in the kind of diamond shape, and then get a jackhammer and then score along, go along those lines, and you've got a kind of controlled break. And I did that, and it was just this amazing feeling of being able to do something myself, taking a big job, making it easy by taking it into smaller pieces. But I was also kind of saddened by that, because a jackhammer is not a new piece of technology. It's been around for decades, but particularly for giving accessibility to women who maybe through gender stereotypes haven't had access to learning how to use a power tool. I was like, there's just this cultural hangover of why, we don't get into tools as much. But it's actually, it's just cultural. The technology is there, the ability is there if you have people to share it with you. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's what all this is about, right? It's sharing the tools, it's sharing the knowledge and the skills, and making that available for everyone.
Not only is the economy circular, but also the knowledge is.
Yeah, true. That's a great point, Zack. Thank you very much. Let's go into another song. We've got Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Our House. What is this one about for the tool library?
More just from a house renovation perspective. A lot of our members are borrowing for house renos. It's a very common theme.
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of specific tools for a house reno that aren't widely available.
Yes.
But you guys make that accessible.
Yeah, and I think some niche tools where you really wouldn't use them again after the project, and something that's very useful to just be borrowing.
Yeah.
Not have to store.
Yeah, if you're buffing a hardwood floor or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got plasterboard sanders, and also plasterboard. There's a hanger that we have, which that saves your arms.
Yes,
that's
an expensive tool, very clunky and large to store, but we've got one there available to loan out.
And I really like it when people borrow it, because it takes up less space in the tool library.
Your ideal tool library is one where everything is borrowed out.
Absolutely.
I am talking to Mary and Ryan from the Brisbane Tool Library. If you are listening in and you're like, oh, I want to know this about the Brisbane Tool Library, you can text into us on 0420 626 733 and we'll get those questions answered for you. Let's go to the song now. This is Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young with Our House. You're listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio.
Do it! Do it! Come on! Do it now!
Go to 4ZZZ.org.au/support and sign up as a station subscriber to get access to all sorts of good stuff. Motivation, a sense of purpose, and most of all, that warm inner glow.
I love that warm inner glow. You are listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio. We just heard then from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young with Our House, and after that was Dolly Parton with Coat of Many Colours. And we got a text in. Oh, if you're not aware, I'm talking to Mary and Ryan from the Brisbane Tool Library today. They're here talking about what the Tool Library is, what it can do, and what you can get from it. And if you have any questions, you can text in on 0420 626 733, just like Celestica did. She said, or they said, hey, beautiful people, trust you are well. We are, thank you. They have a wonderful friend whose husband has no need for excellent tools, some self-made, lots of Japanese specialty stuff. She has been wondering what to do with them. Interested? Would you come to collect?
We will come to collect.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, if you're in a similar situation to this texter, Celestica, you can email us at staff@brisbanetoollibrary.org. You can find our email address on the website as well. We can arrange a time to come and collect, and pretty much if they're in good enough condition, we'll have a look and try and take them off your hands.
Yeah. Well, what are the things that the Brisbane Tool Library is in need of? Are there regular items that you go through, or are there specialty items that you've been really hankering for?
Yeah, I guess a bit of both. A regular item that we are often looking out for is batteries. We have a lot of, especially the larger batteries for mowers, so like a Ryobi 36-volt battery for a mower or gardening equipment.
And chargers.
Yes, and the chargers associated. Those kind of items are hard to get for us. A lot of the times we'll get the skins donated without the batteries, and it's hard to make use of those items. Some other tools, I guess some bits and pieces are reciprocating saws, an item that we're a bit short on at the moment. If anyone's got one of them that they don't want anymore or want to get some more use out of. A thicknesser as well. So it's a bit more of a niche item that we don't have one of, and we've had a few queries about lately. Yeah,
that can be very handy and very expensive.
Yes. Yeah, there's a few items like that. We do have plenty of all the common hand tools, but there's some niche hand tools like a chippy square and stuff like that. We're missing one of them in the infantry.
Yeah, right. So you don't even just do the mechanical things. You also do some of the measuring stuff, levels, things that aren't necessarily on people's watch list.
Yeah, so a lot of your basic hand tools, not electric or anything like that, not powered tools, just your basic hand tools, measuring, like you said, anything along those lines. We got heaps of.
Yeah, I was just thinking as that conversation was happening, and little things like a right angle drill bit. It's something that until you need one, you don't think of, but we have a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've also got a fly screen roller, which is a classic Brisbane tool.
Oh, I don't actually know about a fly screen roller. What is that?
So if you want to replace the fly screen in your aluminium frames, you go and buy the fly screen replacement, but then to get it back in, there's this little, it looks like a pizza cutter.
Oh,
but we've got one of those, and it's never been borrowed, but I would love someone to borrow it.
Yeah. Are there a lot of tools that have never been borrowed?
There's a few, mostly just because of double ups, and I suppose people come to, if they've used it once and they like it, then they'll go back to that particular number. But because we have so many tools coming in from the tip runs, we've got quite a lot of backlog of those tools to process. So if there's anyone who wants to volunteer and help us sort through those tools, and we take them through a process before we put them onto the inventory. But yeah, that would be very much appreciated.
Speaking of the tip runs, where you collect some tools, are you ever shocked about how much things people throw away? How much useful items people are throwing away?
Yeah, even on the side of the road during curbside collection. I mean, a lot of lawnmowers, sewing machines.
Yeah, so I guess it's another niche item that people wouldn't typically think of when you think of a tool library, but we do have sewing machines in our inventory, and we've recently let the tips know that is an item that we're after, and they've started giving us some. So we've had 3 come in recently.
Wow.
Sewing machines in various working order. We'll try and fix up some of the ones that are not fully functioning. But
right. Yeah, there are a few machines in the, I guess, fabric world that people don't necessarily need all the time. I'm thinking of like maybe an overlocker or an embroidery machine, maybe a leather sewing machine, stuff like that.
I would like to add these to our wish list. I've never actually threaded up an overlocker. They look very intimidating, but I'm open to learning. If anyone wants to come in with an overlocker and the skills to show us how to use it,
yeah,
then
an
that would be an
overlocker
amazing
is quite a difficult item to thread. But I'm sure if anyone can, it's the Brisbane Tool Library.
Yeah.
So we just heard then from Dolly Parton with Coat of Many Colours. This is talking about sewing machines. What are some of the most obscure tools that you have in your library?
Well, I think you wouldn't normally think of a pasta machine. It's not super obscure, but we've got 2 of those now. So it's something that would normally sit in your cupboard.
Yeah.
But like when you get that hankering to make fresh pasta once a year or so,
yeah,
you can think of us.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you've also got kitchen utensils.
Yeah.
Or kitchen machines.
Food dehydrators is another one. So you might be wanting to go on a camping trip and you borrow out some tents and some camping chairs, some stoves from us, and then, hey, what do you know? There's a food dehydrator so you can prepare your meals. I
have seen that you also do board games.
Yes, that is in its infancy, but it's certainly there. We got some Cluedo and just some basic ones that people have thrown out, but that's a pretty good way of passing on if it's like the school holidays, particularly. Borrow it out, never see it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids get bored of a game pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, you can change over those regularly.
Yeah.
I saw as well not just the camping gear, but there were also things like fishing rods or snorkel masks and that sort of thing as well. Again, something that you may only use once to give it a go and decide if you like it or not. But if you want to use it more, you can always loan it out again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stuff like lawn games. We've got a few lawn games there, Finska and stuff. Some really obscure ones that come to mind. We have a massage table.
Oh, right.
And a foot spa.
That I only saw the other day. It was very interesting. I think there's a clarinet there as well.
Right. So do you have a lot of musical items?
No, not really. I think the clarinet might be the solo item.
Why is the repair economy and I guess more generally the circular economy so important to you guys?
As individuals or as an organisation? Oh, as an individual, I mean, I'm very frugal. I mean, I remember I went to buy a pop riveter and I had heard about the tool library. I don't know how, maybe Sabrina had been on the ABC a few years back and it was in my brain. And so when I moved back to Brisbane, I remember standing in a shop that will remain nameless, looking at this pop riveter, and it was going to cost me $60. And I was just like, that's like half the cost of a tool library membership. And I remember putting it back on the shelf and like walking away. So I think there is a kind of, you have to unlearn that I guess, urge to just go and buy something with this idea that it's convenient. But actually, it's not all that convenient when you have to store it and you maybe don't know how to use it, so you're kind of relying on looking it up on YouTube, and it's kind of a solo mission. Whereas with the tool library, you get to go and talk to people who know a little bit more than you about different things, and explore the inventory as well. So we're happy to like show people the inventory in the back room of like just to get a feel for the inventory items that maybe don't leap out of the page on the web page, and you can kind of get inspired for your projects.
Yeah, right. I was wondering about that. If I was to borrow a tool, do I have to do it all on the web page, or can I actually rock up and go, oh, I need to do this job, but I'm not sure like what I need? And
yeah, I mean, we get a lot of members doing both of those things. We recommend that they do it on the website just so that they don't rock up and then the tool has been already hired out by someone. But if you're really looking for advice on a job and what tool to use, definitely come in and have a chat. There's a few quite experienced people there that will be able to guide you as what best tool is for your job.
Yeah, nice. So Ryan, what is it about the circular economy that really resonates with you?
Yeah, I think I can associate to the frugal thing as well myself, but I also enjoy fixing things, and I get a kick out of the process of fixing things and making things, I don't know, getting something into working order really is one of my motivations.
Yeah, I think that is a good point about the frugality. It's like, am I an environmentalist or am I just stingy? Do I shop secondhand because of ideological thing, or do I just like wearing $4 shirts?
I think there's ways to be generous but also frugal, because my sister calls me stingy, and I don't appreciate it because I give a lot of my time to the tool library, and I do try and give back, and there is I mean, it's that avoidance of waste as well, and rescuing something from a landfill, like it's wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we don't have that much time left. We might go to a song and then round out the show with the Bushcare Roundup. Mike, would you guys like to stick around for the Bushcare Roundup?
Yes.
Okay. This is the Buttercats. This is a song that you guys requested because you guys are neighbours, right?
Yeah, that's right. So the Buttery Music School is one of our neighbours, along with the North Shore Men's Shed, and they're very good neighbours. We've actually also got a new neighbour that I've forgotten the name of because they're that new, but they're an artist group. But yeah, the Buttery also has some of the founder is part of this band, the Buttercats, and I only just discovered them, but I really dig their tunes.
Yeah, and I think our listeners will too. This is All For You by the Buttercats. You're listening to 4ZZZ Eco Radio. We've been talking to Mary and Ryan from the Brisbane Tool Library, and we've been having a great chat. If you've enjoyed Eco Radio, or if you enjoy 4ZZZ, you can subscribe and become part of the family just by going to 4zzz.org.au/support and signing up for one of the many different deals that we have on subscription.
Yeah, so if you subscribe this month, you can potentially win a prize from TTB Fitness, and that is for a 10-pack session card, which can be used for any of their group sessions, including specialty weightlifting and gymnastics classes. So if you're looking to start your new year on the right path, then yeah, that would be a good prize to win for that one.
And as always, let's go to the Bushcare Roundup with a little sting I like to call the Bushcare Roundup.
It's a Bushcare Roundup. They've been pulling out weeds and then they put in trees. It's the Bushcare Roundup.
All right, well, starting off from the 17th to the 25th of January, we've got the Great Cane Toad Bust coming up. That's run by Watergum, and a lot of other groups are getting involved. So check for events in your area.
On Thursday the 15th at 9 a.m, there is the mission Mozzie Uncover the Secret of Mosquitos, and that one is at the IndigiScapes Centre in Capalaba. And then at 12:45 on Thursday the 15th as well, there's some seagrass monitoring at Loders Creek in Lenfox Park, Labrador.
On Saturday the 17th at 7 a.m, early start, you can go to the Bushcare Working Bee at Kalinga Park in Nundah. At 9 o'clock, you can go to the Bushcare Working Bee at Moore Park in Indooropilly. And at 11 o'clock, you can go to the Build Your Own Pollinator Pod. That's at Yarrabilba Community Garden, Yarrabilba.
And then on Sunday the 18th at 8 a.m, there's a January Working Bee at the Clarina Street Park Playground in Chermside West. And then from 9 till 11 a.m, there's a Springbrook Weed Busters Bush Regeneration in Springbrook.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mary and Ryan from the Brisbane Tool Library. Is there anything else you need to let our listeners know about? I understand that you're coming close to your 20,000th loan.
Yeah, that's what we're really proud that we've gotten to this point, despite a couple of moves in the last few years, and floods and that cyclone Alfred. 20,000. I think we'll hit it in the next 4 weeks or so.
And when is the Tool Library opening again?
We're reopening this Saturday.
Whoa, is there going to be a big sausage sizzle and
for the volleys? So if you become a volley, you are most welcome.
Yeah,
to stick
well
around
worth
after the shift ends.
Yeah, I think I'd just like to, on the volunteering topic, as a recent volunteer, just like to put out there, if you're feeling like this is your kind of vibe, or if you're interested, if you're into tinkering, or you're just looking for connection and community, definitely get in touch or drop in at some point, just have a chat, see if it's your vibe, and
fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. I really appreciate it.
Radical Radio Collective.
400.